Kana gore ke gain di follower tsa channel account la bogolo go tsa ke nnile le scandal nya.
I feel some of them really don't deserve our likes.
Bao le bone, I want to call them out.
Like, also don't throw stones, Mr. Glasshouse.
William to the last, yeah.
Sharon.
Hey.
Hi guys, welcome back to Hi guys, welcome back to Their Opinion. That they are there, Bantumola. My name is Shaz. I am the rose amongst the thorns. Nobody's going to take this title away from me. Nada. Welcome back to Their Opinion. I don't know which episode, which number episode this is, but it's season 2.
Today's episode.
All I know is this is my second episode for all I care. Yeah. So 3RD, we are on Twitter, we are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, and we are on YouTube. Hey, literally on the social media platforms because we want to be
the one.
Taking it to Mr. Awesome.
Introduce yourself. How the Rosie today. The energy. How the energy sits on and My name is Mr. Austin, the guy with the soprano. Yes, please. Hollow YouTube. If you're on YouTube, please click on the tab here. Watch more of our videos. You can watch season 1. We are already on season 2, and we are pushing Barbara Pusha. And we are with the queen. The queen.
The biggest thorn.
Hey.
Yeah. The biggest thorn.
Welcome to another episode of Third Opinion, guys.
Ghana is back.
Okay, so today,
Sala Obuiloko system is down.
System is down. Wait, my system is down. I took me a while to get it.
Wow, that cricket moment.
You are back to system is down. You are back in Botswana where system is always down.
Don't be slow.
Show me.
Friend, don't be that slow.
Okay. Continue.
Continue. Continue from that.
Well, guys, headline. Because then Google the system down, and then I shut down production. The other truth is, so I'm back in Botswana. System in down. Everywhere.
Like the way you just shut it down.
The way you just shut it down right now. System down, you work almost system down, you work October. Let's go, man. We're happy, Roman. October. Is that Palani?
Welcome.
Sure. Well, somewhere there later in the year. Anyway. Dude! Honestly, there's so much anxiety for me around this Kangedi system. But we'll talk about that another time. Today on Third Opinion, we're talking about public figures and I guess social accountability. Like how do we make public figures? We're talking here about your politicians, social media influencers, entrepreneurs, your motivational speakers, artists, people in public spaces like in the public fora. Who holds these people accountable? That's the question we're asking today, isn't it? Or who holds them accountable and how do we hold them accountable? As in us, we, the society. Yeah?
Yeah, and then I think also we will also
because one of the things that we're talking about today is, for example, the things that people say on social media when they are public figures, like you see a post on social media from, say, your favorite celebrity, and they're there by rating somebody that you know or you don't know, and then it just goes from there into this massive thing. But shouldn't somebody also just say, "Hey, lady, hurry,
I honestly feel like these as a celebrity, as a very popular person. If you're very popular mo Botswana, as much as
hey"?
re kgona go gana go bitsa celebrity, tota hela you hold some form of influence you are deemed a celebrity. You know that people by long
No, you don't even need to be very. If you're popular,
you're
you're a
very
celebrity. Like a
I
yeah,
think
celebrity.
you're
if you're
popular, you're
popular,
popular.
and there are those that get away with a lot of things based on their fans, because there are people who celebrate them even if they're on the wrong. And
Ah,
but the other popular public figures, celebrities, everything that they do ha sena go delete or a sena go dira sengwe, kgang ya teng it's swept under the rug and go ile hela yalo ka yone. I feel
Or they put up some shallow apology.
yeah, and I feel when it comes to public figures like politicians, I believe like our system is failing us, and there's so much that needs to be done gore le rona ka within us gore re kgone re nne le that huge influence e leng gore re ka kgona gore
Do you think it's only about politicians? I think as long as you have money to shut people up.
yeah, as long
I
as you
think,
have that
but no,
power.
Sharon brings up a valid point. Well, I don't think it's just money. If you have the
Power.
influence, if you have the power to influence, a lot of people get away with stuff
Power comes with
because,
money.
Yeah.
but not always. Not always. I
Power
think
can
yes,
come
when we
with
talk,
other means e leng gore you are-
sometimes people have power, not necessarily money, but they have power. I think this is especially
holding
true
you against something.
with social media influencers. Like I see it on Twitter, the cancel culture, for example. Somebody will post something which is very problematic, and
That's non-effective culture.
then somebody will.
Yeah, go on.
I don't know to then and then people will be khalimela or people are. This is where it comes in. Like yo mongwe o kgona go khalimela, yo mongwe o tla bo gote, yo rama cancela. And then you see people ba cancelled, but they continue to draw a living. They continue to flourish on these tourist streets because clearly they have a following
To
and that power.
prosper.
It's not necessarily financial power, but still, banale power eo ya gore ba tswelle ba flourish on those streets and continue to draw an income from whatever it is that they do outside. Because I think that's another question though. Gore mme gone, how, I guess, like, how do people draw from what people post on social media and how that affects like everyday life outside of social media?
But one other question I think we should also post out there is that these celebrities, influencers, and public figures, when they do something, say something, post something, do they know the effect or the
I think
do they do it on purpose or they post and then snap? I shouldn't have.
Some of them might have became popular just to become popular, and some they have prepare they by but let's say the celebrities they turn on obo. I'm giving Bona as an example because in the industry but all up to now, and they have prepared themselves throughout the process the social media. So during that time, they were able, to think about their actions without having to be reprimanded for those tse ba ka di dirang. Interview ya ga Somizi Somizi one time we got ene le bo mathozana ba sa utlwe ba khona go ya go di-partying ba go utswa dijo ba tsamaya because no social media, no one would know about it. Now
Yeah.
people want to become famous.
Now you don't
but-
pay Billy go restaurant thing we
yeah,
know.
they don't prepare themselves how do I communicate with people? would it be hurtful to the next person? Would it be hurtful to me? We're not the word because nowadays there's social media fame and people are craving for. And what will get me likes? Sharon Umaswe.
If people are being controversial because controversy sells.
Oh, honey, I know I ain't mad.
I mean, not necessarily sells, but, controversial so that to garner likes and to trend for clout. Oh, that's the word, clout.
But I think there was a time when I started my new Facebook account. Yeah. Hey, kana gore ke gain di followers tsa channel account la bogolo go tla ke nnile le scandal nya
kana Sharon nana scandalous account in her previous life. She's very scandalous.
Sharon, her previous life, but I'm not gonna say Sharon hell. I think Sharon and I don't know about Lala. Maybe could Twitter you or somehow like that. I remember I felt like I could relate to shares because of her post back then, because I was somehow like her, because I will share her post, I will like stuff like that.
I think it's a phase.
Exactly.
I think that's a fair.
But then, even though I would post such things, I knew I'm posting this because I know it's going to attract this much like.
You did it for clout.
Should I? Exactly. So now, who held me accountable?
Exactly.
And how do they ensure I feel it?
Mm-hmm.
You'll be there.
I think there's no one holding.
I'm going to be blunt about this. On social media, there are 1 or 2 people and then the rest it's a very malo pa go there ba go fuela how would ruin you in your near future.
We don't care.
Or even
entertained.
There are those by go ba ta go hotela kgang. 1 or 2 ba ba khalema 1 or 2 e khalemanyele. We
accountability. You know what? There's no one really holding us accountable, especially because
nobody.
Industry as we produce this. There's no one actually hold.
Do you know what?
Our fans, not our fans, people that follow us and people that follow other people, haba cancel. You know what I mean? Not correct. Haba cancel.
But I think it only happens in this country. You see, it only happens in this country. There's a podcast that was put down, Maloba, because Motoretse Bonang Arish is on drag.
Oh yeah, those boys.
And
no, I remember that one. I saw that was really problematic as well, the way it was put. But not for me. Also, it's more than just what happens on social media, but also people who hold offices of influence, for example, like
hashtag we shall not forget.
Hey, you see, I mean, we've had that incident
and we long
with
for
the campaign, hashtag we will not forget, and it's all dried up. It's very quiet. Like, what happened, guys? And
remember,
I also sometimes say,
even I shoulder some part of the responsibility. What have I done to contribute to that movement since the last time I heard it? But I think it's a symptom of a greater question.
But the people who are in the forefront.
No, it's a symptom of a greater question, like whatever it is, hot trend momentarily, and then we move on to whatever and we forget.
It dies down.
Because just very recently,
maximum 48 hours.
And very recently, there was another incident. A politician, who was, trending because of an affair that came out. Well, there was allegations of sexual assault that were leveled against him, and then there was a lot of debate about, but was it consensual? Because some people were saying it wasn't assault because it appears that they already were having a relationship and this lady, which is another thing altogether. That's not how consent works. You can withdraw consent even during the activity. Even if you're married to somebody, you can withdraw consent.
When you don't want.
But that's that's a topic for another day. But for me, the issue is even if they were having, well, number one for me is as a politician, should, like, who's holding this person accountable? He assaulted this lady. And then if it wasn't assault and it was consensual, sir, you've been promoting yourself for years as this wholesome, very conservative, family values man, and you're a homophobe, sir. Hannah, the next thing, they're having affairs with people. Like, also don't throw stones, Mr. Glasshouse.
I think this.
But you know what? This thing with, like I was saying, power and money, guys. Now imagine how many cases similar to this that have been swept under the carpet because this other person is thinking, but this person is like at the highest power, and should I report this? Oh hell, like and then we've got these activists, that will be there just for the social media tract, and then once then it's finished. These people never follow these issues up. I want to call them out.
Come through. Like, remember when we started but now we lack to follow through. I think we start and then we stop in the middle. We stop in the middle of
that
the
is so true about so many things,
we lack follow
so many.
Follow through.
I think Rona is not right now.
Not at all. We're not finishers.
No. And I've read somewhere that it's okay. There are people who are starters, there are people who are like who will take in the middle and gather, and there are people who finish. So I think.
But how can we be that way, like collectively as a country? That's
no, because like
imagine Rona
are we not embarrassed?
Rona, as this generation, we are recognizing all these things. Is the values that we should instill on the younger ones. But I instill those qualities. Or you know what? I want you, like well, maybe ota hit where you stopped. Aba khona go bona finish line. Aba khona gore a ise mo go finish line. It's okay if we're now palette.
Take a good example from next door.
Yeah.
Who is next door? I know about it.
Hey, those people are finishers.
Oh yeah,
South Africans
when they call something up and when they want justice, they go all out.
Follow through.
As much as tolerance.
Could it also be from a culture of? I think as Botswana we also come from a very like we don't have a confrontational culture, and I think I've said this before on my third opinion. We don't have a culture of confrontation.
Because we go
confront them, they're too forward. But these are also things that I think collectively we need to unlearn, because for me that one, even limot is a thing, because I think it's something that I learned you have to also have the voice to say ma'am, I did 1, 2, and 3. This is what I was hired to do, and I've been doing it very well, type of thing. And because we don't have a culture of confrontation, it's very easy for things to go unfinished, for us not to hold people accountable
anymore.
And it appears like we don't care most of the time, but it's only because we move on so swiftly because we're terrified to hold people accountable. Because this culture of, but if you speak against Orson will, and then he
destroy you.
Is that true, really?
Sharon also, you're right. Sharon will be like about Baba social media. Guys, the internet is very powerful nowadays. I see a lot of other countries using the power of the internet to change things. Like, the Gen Z influencer gore dilo di happen ko mahateng a bone bo United States di justice di diro. And I don't know. Now I feel like a lot of our big influencers online here mo Botswana, some of them are not doing enough for the likes that we have given them. I feel some of them really don't deserve.
Do you feel that we should all be activists?
That we keep dishing them.
Should we all be activists? I think that's the question here.
It's not really being activist. You can
actually in different levels.
Someone actually said something to make sense to me. Either way, even if we refuse really activists, we are somehow like mini activists, because when you bring a topic to the table, just making awareness what's going on in South Africa, that is something you're going to bring people who are able to carry it forward.
That's a form of activism in itself.
Exactly. So
and that share.
I think that's where the thing is. I believe personally, yes, we all fall into some version of activism because we all. I know I've said this before about personal politics. We all have our own personal politics that we carry, and that carries forward into some level of activism. Sure, but I think for people who are in public spaces, this also means you should be held to a greater standard of accountability. Like personally for me it's always, but what does this person stand for and what are the values, and and because of that I feel like then you should have a stand, you should have something that you stand for. I'm not saying we can all be activists, but surely there should be something that you stand for. It's clear. Don't be Mr. Wholesome family vibes but you're having an affair.
100,000 followers. At least we are
Are we back to
that?
At least people talk about what's
going on.
I don't have anything in closing because I'm pissed off.
Sharon, what would you like to say?
I can tell. In closing, guys, really hard to really hard to share. We were giving you hearts. Can you also, guys, assist when we need you to someone do more about things? We're holding you accountable also for the things that you post. Remember, you've got followership, but what you post could affect somebody or change something out there. Can you just use that to the benefit of the entire nation?
And for the benefit of the country. Okay. I can Austin said his last bits, as did Sharon.
Yeah.
But anyway, too, we thank you for tuning in. And don't forget to subscribe. And it's Third Opinion _BW. That's on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, or share. In these COVID times, you can have a small watch party and share and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
We done put the last rise out. Yeah.